name is Lisette Ross. I'm a conceptual and performance artist. I use my body as a tool in order to do research. I have created works around the self and the identification process, where I investigate what the convention of just being yourself means and what it contains. My project here in Mexico City is actually about my research into the concept of metamorphosis in relation to the axolotl, the Negro amphibian, which is originally in its wild form from Lake Xochimilco, where Mexico City is built on. It's ajolote. But I like to say axolotl and use the X because it stands for a signifier of the unknown, and it's used in the original Aztec Nahuatl spelling. And I like to use it still in this way because it stands for a signifier of the unknown, like Malcolm X, which for me is interesting because it is connected to a certain non-binary form or type of being. And it's a very interesting insight for me already that it has the absence of metamorphosis. So my research immediately got a different insight because the connection is that it rejected to be part of the concept of metamorphosis because it retains its juvenile traits, and that is mainly because mostly the Negro form, the original wild form, but still also the other forms are fully regenerative. Well, my creative process here is very much into researching, then translating it to concept phase, which is the longest phase for me. Relatively quickly, I noticed myself experimenting with, indeed, biomaterials, for example, nopales. And it was directly connected because someone who I met here, who investigates the different stages that the axolotls go through, he introduced me to how he uses nopal slime in order to get the nutrition for the axolotls on the right level. And then actually, to be honest, I feel like a kid, you know? I think that's one of my biggest strengths, to keep the childlike perspective. And in this case, it is also very much connected to the childlike, juvenile traits and perspective that the axolotl retains. So it starts to make more sense step by step. There are many insights already. Let's say neoteny as a kind of survival strategy, especially in this period where I think that society is heading towards a regression. It offered me all kinds of new clicks for a new idea on the concept of progression as well, like a new take on progression. So I'm trying to find out if I can discover forward movements by staying in the absence of metamorphosis. The axolotl as a creature has a certain behavior of presence and absence. And I figured, hey, it will be super challenging for me as a sequence in what I've done so far to focus on the absent body. That's the funneling down I did from all the research so far, and that's how I'm experimenting with that in terms of my own body.